black hole, cold, lost and upside down. Faces swirling past me, all my memories rolling vastly. Cold, lost beneath the ground. All done by my own hand, I allow my feelings to become sand. Oh, if you're gonna cut me down, better do it quickly now. You can cut me down, but I won't stay for long. I'll grow back again. Oh yeah, my roots are strong.
What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back. It's your boy Blue Games, and we in this thing. Welcome. How you guys doing? I feel like it's been a while, but it's only been like a couple days. But still, whenever I miss a day of streaming, it just feels like it's been forever. So how you doing, guys? Samuel Stein, Alex Pete, XX Cindy, what's up, man? Walking Fruit, welcome back. Oscar, welcome back. I'm a Pilot, welcome back. Captain One Bible, welcome. The 115, the Animator, welcome to the stream. I'm a Pilot, welcome to the stream. Anthony Plays, welcome back. Alex Pete, welcome back. Javion Johnson, welcome back. Starly, as usual, welcome back, my friend. Welcome. Yasu Busat is today's VIP. Let's be flying aboard with us. Andre Olsen, welcome back to the stream. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today's gonna be a bit different, and you guys know how I like to change things up on you. I don't like to be predictable. Muhammad Sila, welcome to the stream, man. Infinite Flight Gamer, welcome to the stream. Yeah, you guys know I don't like to be predictable, so I gotta do something different. I can't, I can't just keep, doing the same thing over and over and over. Today we're back in X-Plane, but it's a little bit different. So let's go ahead and let me just explain what's going on real quick before we get into it. So right now, this is the Cessna 172. This is the default version on X-Plane. So this is not an add-on. This is, all this comes with X-Plane 11. All right. So, with that being said, as the description says, we're starting from the bottom. We're starting at the bottom. This is where it all starts for everybody. When it comes to your flight simulation, or just not flight simulation, I'm sorry. When it comes to your aviation career, no matter what you want to do, it all starts with the Cessna, or something equivalent to like a Piper or something like that. So what I decided I wanted to do is that I wanted to start up a new charter called Blue Arrow Charters, and there's a website that I use called FSE, or flight what's it called, FSeconomy. And if you guys have been around X-Plane for a while, you probably know what that is, and if you haven't, then you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But real quick, let me do a real quick brief of today's flight, if I can get that on the screen quickly. Hold on a second. Don't know if I have. Oh, there it is. Give me 1 second. Yes, sir. We actually have a few different hops. We're gonna do. We have like 3 different stops. We're gonna be carrying a few passengers from a few different places. So I'm just gonna put this up on the screen very quickly here. All right, there we go. All right, so this is FSeconomy, flight simulation economy, basically what that means. And today, in our loading area, we have a few different assignments that I've loaded up. It took me a while to kind of find these assignments that I wanted to do. So our first stop is going to be right here, Pay, which is KPAE. And we're flying to KPW. We'll be flying 2 passengers, Northwest Air passenger, 2 passengers up there. It's about 32 miles. Second leg today is going to be from KPWT to KCLS. And, you know, when you start from the bottom, you get stuck with the stupid work, you know, the stuff that doesn't make any sense. So we'll be flying a donut shipment, a couple donut shipment, and a 1 cake connoisseur. What the heck is that? I don't know. They're sticking us, they're giving us the crappy work. And then after that, our final leg will be back to Seattle, Washington. So we'll be flying near and around Seattle, Washington this whole time. We'll be flying 2 more passengers there. We'll see how much money we make from that. My goal right now is, you know, starting with the Blue Arrow charter. Right now, we don't really have a company. It's just kind of like me and by myself as a pilot. And I'm trying to raise enough money to buy my first aircraft so that, you know, I can start renting out aircraft and doing things that you can do with a company. So right now we've rented out the Cessna 172 Skyhawk. It's about $120 an hour. We have about 30 gallons of fuel, which is about 56% of fuel on board. That's plenty of fuel to get us where we're going to go. Equipment is IFR, autopilot, and GPS. That's everything we need. We don't need to refuel or anything like that. So we bought it dry. So if we need to add more fuel, we'll have to pay for it out of our own pocket. But we got plenty of fuel, so I'm not concerned about that at all. All right, so let's move back to X-Plane. So yeah, so for you guys who are from like Infinite Flight, 'cause I know a lot of you guys who are here are you know, originally, you know, watching my Infinite Flight videos and whatnot.
Unable to find UIDA.
And so I know that you're probably like, what the heck is this? So basically, this is very similar to Infinite Passenger, but a whole lot more complicated, a whole lot more detailed. And I really do enjoy it. I've been using this for a while, but I finally decided to kind of like really try to start making some like virtual dollars and try to start up a group kind of like we did in Infinite Passenger. On Infinite Passenger, Blue Arrow Global, we have multi-billion dollars on that app. So if you guys want to join our airline, definitely send us an ad. I've added everybody's as of yesterday, so if you send an invite, or you want to join my Infinite Passenger airline for the Infinite Flight mobile game, definitely come by, because I have bought all the aircraft. I mean, we're making money, we're doing good. So now I was trying to do it with FSE. FSE also really only has general aviation all the way up to like small regional aircraft, so you don't really get the big planes. So right now, that's why it's called charter, because we're gonna be doing like, we're gonna start off with the like Cessna, move on to like maybe a bigger general aviation plane, and then move our way up to like private jets, things like that. That's kind of what my goal is. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, Victor? Good to see you, man. Oscar, welcome back to the stream. So right now our cash balance is 19,000. Our bank balance is 262,000. Now I've been doing this for a while. This is not the very first time, but we're getting real close to having enough money to buy our first aircraft. I think our Cessna 172, if I want to own one, it cost me about $155,000 in this website. But I don't know how good that is. Anyways, let's get started with the flight. Let's hop into the cockpit here. It's cold and dark. It's our first flight of the day, and oh, we actually forgot to do a few things. There's a few things I need to set up before we get started. I'm going to set up my ACARS. This is how I track my flights. This is how I track my my flight times and things like that. Today is 8:43. So what I usually do is I put private 0843, which is what time it is in my local time, and departure. We're just going to do our first and last stop. I'm not going to put every stop. KPay to KC. Alternate. We won't have it alternate. For you guys who are not into like some of the setup part, you can skip probably like 5, maybe even 10 minutes as we set up all the set up the plane, get the flight plan set up, and all that stuff. So, you know, this is not Infinite Flight. You don't just jump in the plane, hit paste from somebody else's flight plan, and start flying. You got to actually do some setup. So, for you guys who enjoy that, thank you guys for sticking around. For the rest of you who don't want to stick around for that part, then you know, go do something else and come back. Or if you're watching the video, fast forward. All right, yeah. So, what is my flight plan? 'Cause I already forgot. Hold on. Alright, so KPWT will be our first stop today. Short flight. It's probably going to be a few miles. I think the highest we're going to go today is about 3,500 feet. And our second stop is going to be CLS. And we'll be flying around Seattle here. First flight we'll have, I would put 3 passengers. That's the max amount of passengers we can fit in a Cessna 172. We're going to be VFR today. Aircraft is going to be the C-172. Altitude will be 3,500. And offline, today we will not be flying on VATSIM, by the way, guys. Now, since the last time I've posted a X-Plane video or I've done an X-Plane live stream, I've gotten a few new toys, a few new add-ons, and I'll explain to you guys what those are here in a second. And I think that's all set up and ready. We hit start rate cars, and you see right here that's going to start tracking how much fuel we use, our flight time, all that good stuff. So we're gonna there was an error connecting only generate. I must have did something wrong. Privates. Okay, cancel. Oh, you know what? 7. I typed this wrong. 7-2. There we go. Alright, that works for me. Alright, hit hide. And the last thing I need to do is I'm gonna do a couple things. I'm gonna go to enable disable. I'm gonna disable X squawk box just to make sure it doesn't slow our computer down, anything like that. And everything else will stay as is. Auto gate we don't need. Using Navigraph now, which is always great. If I can find a way to get that on the screen, I might do that today, but we'll see. All right. What else? All right. We also need to go to FSeconomy, which is a plugin. So the website that we're using has a plugin. This is how it tracks your flight and tracks how this is how it actually adds fuel to your plane. So when I hit login, it's going to log into my account. That's my username, CAX116, which is with my my other virtual airline that I was with, Cal Air. Hit login, and when I hit start flight, what that's going to do, based on what I did on the website, is going to add fuel and passengers to my flight at my current location. So I'm going to hit start flight, and right here, so it says assignment info, KPay to KPWT. We have 2 passengers on board and 30 gallons of fuel on board. So that's pretty cool. And once I land the next airport, I'll hit finish flight and I'll hit start again, and that'll load the next set of passengers on. So hit X on that. And let's see. All right, let's get this thing started up. Now that we have passengers and fuel on board, the aircraft also has a limited rental time, so I have to make sure I finish all these flights within the time that they've given me for the rental. Because right now, this is not my plane. I've only rented this plane. Once we get our own planes, we will have our own planes, but we also have to pay for that maintenance cost. I'll shut this door. Go. All right, man. I'll say one thing. This plane is so much really cool to fly. X-Plane did a great job on this. We'll turn the nav lights on, and we're gonna have to go ahead and do our flight plan. It'll be pretty easy. We don't have a few waypoints here and there. So I'm gonna go to flight plan button. I'm gonna clear out my old flight plan. And starting at KPay, and then we head to KPWT. I think I did this. E. T. Oh crap. Here it goes. Hit enter. Here it is, and we'll put in the next waypoint, which I keep freaking forgetting. KCLS. Oh, the screen for a second. KCLS. So we'll type that in. I also actually let me do this first because I'm gonna lose my train of thought. KCLS. Alright, there we go. Hit enter. Alright, so after KCLS, I believe we're headed back to KC. Seattle. Yep, Seattle. And all these legs will all be done with the Cessna 172. I was actually another plane I want to fly, but it was getting too difficult to find an airport to fly that certain aircraft. Like the way that this works is you can't just go to any airport and fly any plane. You have to go to the airport where the plane is located. So once we finished all these flights, this plane will now be located in Seattle. So other users on the website, if they want to fly this specific plane, they have to go to Seattle to get it. Now it's not the only Cessna 172 out there. There's lots of them. You know, a lot of people own them. So it's not like this is the only one. It's just that this specific one with this specific tail number will only be in Seattle until somebody picks it up and flies it somewhere else. All right, that's our flight plan. KPay, KPWT, season 31 miles, 49 miles. Our longest leg would be the 53 nautical miles from CLS to KC. And we'll go ahead and turn that off because we don't need that up anymore. I love the Cessna 172 with the new G1000 in it. So modern. Like, it's so much better than the old one. All right, that's where our flight plan is right there. Cool. All right, we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and shut the other door. I think all our passengers are on board and ready to go. It's early morning here in Seattle. It's about 6:50 in the morning. I'm a pilot. We're starting, or whoever asked, we're starting at an airport called KPay. It's just, I think it's just north of Seattle, actually. All right, let's get this thing started. All right, we'll turn on the beacon. Actually, no, before we start, let's do something else, something fun. We'll be a little realistic with this. Oh, wait, never mind. No, we won't. I wanted to, like, push the plane out, but that's not going to happen because we're too... It won't. Wait, let me see. Let me try that again. Click and drag to move view. Oh, ho, ho, I didn't know I could do that. Cool. Alright. Alright, we're just gonna get the marshal or whoever, we're gonna get them to plane out for us.
Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Yeah, it was XD who asked, my bad. I saw the wrong person. Yeah, it's crazy. The first X-Plane version came out in 1993. Alright, we're ready to go, guys. We're gonna go ahead and get start.
Grounded cockpit. Tow is driving up.
See, I think I got some different camera views we can use here. That one. Alright, so the tow's gonna go ahead and pull us out of the hangar. So we don't have to, we can save some gas and we don't have to die from the fumes with the planes inside the hangar. I also just like using the little pushback truck. You were asking, what do I like better, the 777 or the 787? I would definitely say the 787 in real life. When it comes to infinite flight, 787 is also my choice. When it comes to X-Plane, when it comes to content that is currently out, the 777 is way better than the 787 inside of X-Plane. Alright, parking brake. I think the parking brake's already off. Usually you would not use a whole machine like this. So, but whatever.
Switching step and adapter in position. Release parking brake when ready to start pushback.
Legit. That's so dope. Oh man, I feel like this thing is gonna like fall over. I've never used this, the better pushback plugin with the Cessna, so this is really funny. Season Craig, you want to be a pilot when you get older? What do I recommend? P3D, X-Plane, or FSX? I would say you can't go wrong with any of them. Wow, this guy cannot drive. Come on, man. This is not even my plane. But obviously my choice is going to say X-Plane. That's just my own preference, to be honest with you. But you can't go wrong with any of them because they all are simulation level when it comes to learning. So as long as you actually as long as you get any of those programs with the intent of actually learning how to fly, and you don't just go on there and just fly around not ever knowing anything or where you're going or how you're doing it, I think you'll be fine. They all are good platforms for you to learn how to fly. It doesn't, I mean, a lot of people have their preferences. I have my preference, X-Plane 11, but all of them have, I mean, if you fly a Cessna 172 or 737 and either of the three of those programs, you'll basically, I mean, if, for example, I know how to fly a 737 on X-Plane, so I'm pretty sure I can fly a 737 on P3D and on FSX. Why is there an Emirates plane here? That makes no sense.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Yeah, that pushback is tripping. Parking brake back on. Probably should have did this after I loaded the passengers. Passengers are like, what's going on? You couldn't just push it out yourself? Why you gotta be lazy? Well, hey, I wanted to use the pushback truck. Is the parking brake on?
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Now, Starly, I know that we always talk about this, and you always basically have the same answer, and I always have the same answer always. But when you say that, you know, there's the academies use P3D as to train, you know, real life pilots, I would agree. Yes, that is very true. But X-Plane 11, like Laminar, who's the creator of X-Plane 11, that's not the only thing they do with X-Plane 11. Like X-Plane 11 is also used to train real life pilots. It's just not the same version that I'm playing. They have a special version, a commercial version that is used for training real life pilots. So that version is not open to just anybody to just buy and play. And you're also not supposed to use X-Plane 11. You're not supposed to use X-Plane 11 for commercial use or for you know, to train real life pilots. They have a different version for that, something like that. So, but yeah. Anyways, either one, you can't go wrong. If you want to be pissed off, I feel like just do P3D. I don't know. All right, let's get started. That's enough. Everybody's on board. We're good to go. Flight plan's in there. We're gonna be flying at 35,000 today. We'll go ahead and get the engine started up. We'll turn the beacons on. And nav lights are already on. Got fuel. Mixture. Just a little bit. Nice. Samuel Stein. We're doing a few hops here. Starting off at Cape Hay, just north of Seattle. Then we will be and the end will end up in Seattle, but we're gonna do a few hops. It's a few airports that nobody's ever heard of, so it's not like if I told you the name of it, you'd be like, oh yeah, I know where that's at, because you probably don't. All right, good start. Taxi lights. Look to the side. Yep, everybody's here. All right, where are we taxiing to? I'm probably not. Do I feel like getting the airport information right now? Graph. I have a thing. Let me see. Can you guys see this? That works. Alright, I'm gonna put that up because why not? Alright, so this is my we're gonna be at Cape Hay, and we're gonna want the taxi charts here. This is where we are. I don't know what the winds are at the moment, but I guess I'll go ahead and get them. Let's see, the ATIS frequency is 12865. So let's go ahead and put that in, huh? 2865. That's nav.com. And we'll switch it over. See what they say.
Snohomish County Information Uniform. 1300 Zulu weather. Wind calm. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 1, dew point -21. Altimeter 3033. Arriving runways 16 right, 16 left. Departing runways 16 right, 16 left. Advise on initial contact you have uniform.
Alright, we got uniform. And set my barometric to 3033 and altitude to 3,500. I'll be taking off. Looks like departing runways are, what did it say? 16 right, 16 left. Let's find out where the heck that is.
1300 Zulu weather. Wind calm.
Alright, 16 right is here. 16 left is here. This is the smaller one. We could probably use 16 left.
Altimeter 3033.
Yeah, I'll use 16 left. That's a smaller runway, and it seems to be a little bit closer, but not that much closer.
16 right. 16 left.
You know what? No. 16 right would be closer. We'll use 16 right. We'll taxi Charlie Alpha 1 to me. Alright, let's go do it. See, I should be able to actually zoom this in. I can probably see the actual taxiway.
Greenfield, Snohomish County information Victor.
Let's go. Releasing park and brake.
Weather. Wind calm. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 1. Dew point minus.
I mean, believe me, guys, this is quick.
Altimeter 3033.
You guys know whenever I fly like the 737, the bigger airliners and whatnot, it takes me like an hour to get the whole aircraft set up. That's not even including the time that I do before I start streaming. To the left. So I try to get as much stuff as I can set up before I stream. But once we get into the aircraft and everything like that, it still takes a bit of time to get everything set up. I mean, if you want to, I mean, I try to be, you know, a little bit realistic, just a little bit. I'm not gonna say I'm the most realistic person. Look at all those airliners. I'm pretty sure that is not right.
Altimeter 3033.
So you guys will notice that there'll be a few. We are not flying online, but there's a few aircraft that you may see flying around here. Let's go ahead and change that. We already know. You'll see a few aircraft here. That's because I downloaded a new plugin for X-Plane called World Traffic 3. And I've been hearing a lot about it. And so basically what it does is whenever you fly on X-Plane, usually, I mean, the X-Plane has a default feature that does this, but this does it a little bit differently. So basically what happens is World Traffic adds aircraft, like flying around. It adds air traffic to your airspace and places around you, the airport you're at. Because whenever you first load into X-Plane, it's kind of empty, it's kind of dead. I mean, you can have some static aircraft depending on your graphic settings. You can have a few AI aircraft flying around if you would like. You can do that on X-Plane default, but this kind of takes it to the next level. It has like a little radar and stuff too, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they're AI aircraft. So we may or may not, depending on, I don't know what runway they're landing on. I just got it like a few days ago, so I don't really know how to control them that much. I know that you can edit their airports like files to make different gate starts and things like that, and different taxi routes. But I don't know too much about it. You saw, well, actually you probably didn't, but there was a few aircraft flying around and taxiing earlier. So we should see some planes as we fly around in the sky, taking off and landing, all that type of stuff. This kind of makes it feel like you're not so alone. You know, unless you, I mean, this is mainly for people who don't want to fly on VATSIM all the time. I don't see any planes right now, surprisingly. I don't know where they all are. Starley, I didn't say anything about your post in the IF News channel. I think I took a quick look at it, and then that was about it, because I've already seen all those things on Instagram, so I didn't really have a reason to look too deeply into it, unless you posted something that I did not notice. Alright. There we go. I forgot I changed my braking buttons. Alright, we'll hold short here at runway 16 right. It looks clear to the right. Clear to the left, clear to the right. Yep, no planes inbound. Why don't I play the Ryanair safety video because we're, oh, there's a plane. Because I'm in a Cessna 172. There's no safety videos on a Cessna 172. I think he just popped up there. That looks like a King Air. Why you guys hating on my taxi? All right, we're gonna go ahead and line up. We don't really need flaps. I'm not gonna set any flaps. All right, gonna line up here. Looks to be clear. Turn the landing lights on. Lights on. Yeah, I don't even know what you guys are talking about anymore. Lined up. Alright, this takeoff's gonna be a bit sketchy. That's set our lean all the way up. To go. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why, but OBS decided it wanted to crash. Stand by while I get everything reset up. We're still sitting here on the runway. I've not taken off yet. Alright. Thank you, OBS, for deciding to be difficult. That's all good. We rise above it. Alright, we're back. And let's go. Before anything else, while you guys were gone, there was like my world traffic plugin like spawned a bunch of aircraft on the runway. Alright, this thing is a little tough to keep straight. So I'm gonna do my best. It's pulling mad to the left right now. That's why you hear the tire squeaking. And rotate. There we go. Alright, so today's cruise 3,500. Not very high at all. A lot of planes over there. That will be flying to our left. Let's see, I'm gonna need to go flight director and nav. Yeah, is that it? Yeah, that's right. All right, we'll turn right. Alright, so far so good. Got a little bit more vertical speed to it. We got plenty of speed. Delta 737-900, when I say starting from the bottom, just talking about how we're starting with the Cessna 172 and trying to start up our a new charter business. And starting with no plane right now, we're renting this Cessna 172 at the moment. We don't own it. Trying to raise enough money with FSeconomy so that we can buy our own aircraft. That's what I meant by that. Jay Con the Beast, how you doing, man? Rado Aviator, welcome. And also starting from the basics too. I mean, we're back in the Cessna 172. Alright, turn the land lights off. I don't really know what the rule is for like general aviation aircraft as far as land lights. I know with airliners, once you get above 10,000, you can turn the landing lights off. But when you're a small little prop plane like this, like, is there a certain altitude you turn them off at? I don't know. Rado, I do not fly IVAO. When I do fly online, I fly VATSIM. Right now I'm still flying by hand just because I feel like it. So We won't go to the exterior view until I get my hands off of the yoke. Oh, and the weather just changed all of a sudden. Alright, passing 2,500, got 1,000 to go. Not very far though. I think looks like we have about 26 miles till we get to our next airport. Which I believe is just going to be on the other side. Yeah, it's going to be on the other side of this little river thing. Winds are pretty smooth. The other day I did a flight in the 172 and it was real bumpy. Real bumpy. Good afternoon from Britain. I think this is my first time ever doing an actual live stream. Me flying a general aviation aircraft on X-Plane. And no, I have not posted my live stream schedule for the week yet. I'm a little bit late on it. I kind of have an idea already. I'm pretty sure. I didn't post it yet because I wasn't like 100% sure about it yet, but I'm pretty sure Friday, as usual, we'll be flying Infinite Flight, Friday Night Flight. Thursday we'll be racing, and then Wednesday, which is tomorrow, we'll probably be doing Infinite Flight. And a lot of people are asking me why have I been doing so little amount of Infinite Flight streams lately, and the reason is because we did that Australian tour. It took us 3 weeks, and that's all we did. We didn't stream anything else but Infinite Flight for like 2.5 weeks. So now we're taking a break, doing some other stuff. Thank you, Starly, for that little fact there. In the US, you can turn the land lights off when you are 10 nautical miles away from the airport. That is good information to know. Alright, so I'm still flying it by hand. And I'm gonna see if I can trim it out a little while. We are flying via FAR. I'm just following the GPS. You see right here, this is the navigation flight director showing us which direction to go. This is the direction to get to our next airport, and also this right here is also showing us where we're going to. And obviously we can see this too, but I'm not really looking at that too much. Just looking at this to keep ourselves on course. Once I hit autopilot, it'll do it on its own. We might do that for another flight, but I kind of want to do this flight by hand. I rarely fly like entire flights by hand, and really the only time that you really want to even do that is in a general aviation aircraft. Going by 122 knots, making very good time. Gaming's far. If you can't hear anything, you need to fix something on your side, 'cause I think we're good over here. I can double check, but I am pretty sure that my audio is good. Yep, I'm good. So if you can't hear anything, you need to fix something on your side, but. So I know it's only Tuesday, but how are you guys this week going? Anything new going on? I gotta say, I love flying in the Seattle area. Look at those mountains over there. Like, I want to just fly over there. Like, it's funny, you hear VFR pilots do this, say this all the time. It's like, you know, your destination is one place, but then you fly and you look around, and you're like, well, look at that. Let's just fly over there. Let's just go over there. You know what I mean? So, like, I kind of just want to fly over there. Like I don't know what's over there. I mean that's way off route. I guess way off of our flight plan, and we'll waste a lot of gas and lose a lot of money by doing that. But I would love to go over there. I actually almost planned a flight for today because we have what 3 flights in this today, and I almost did a flight that took us over to the east of Seattle, but it was a little long. It was about only like 120 miles or so, which was gonna take about an hour and 12 minutes probably in a Cessna 172. And I was like, well, I'll do that flight, but not in the 172. I have to find something a bit faster than a 172. Oh wow, well, that's ugly. That's not how it's supposed to look. I need to fix that. Thank you, Lemon Skeezer. Appreciate that compliment, man. Thank you, Anthony. See you later, man. Yeah, Gaming Store, I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't know what's up with your sound. Alright, I still have autopilot on. Honestly, I still don't have autopilot on. And that's why I'm going off course. Zoom out here. We're 13 miles out. That might be our airport right there. KPWT. Let's see. Look at my other screen real quick. Alright, we're a little bit high too. Put back the power. Alright, so they have runway 20 and runway 2. I'm not gonna... I say I'm not going to, but I might just do it. AWAS is 121.2, so we're gonna do it. 121.2. This will give us, so we know what where they're landing at. 121.2. Switch it.
Bremerton National Weather. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 2. Dew point -37.
Alright, well wind is like light, so it doesn't even matter where we land. So I'm pretty sure that is, yeah, that's our airport. So that's where we're landing. So let's go ahead and start descending. We are 10 miles out. Our first stop. Flying straight in. Turn the land lights back on. Altimeter is the same as it was at our last airport. As you can see, the weather seems to be changing around us, getting a little bit more foggy. It says that in the ATIS says that the temperature was not temperature. The visibility was more than 10, which it is because we're 10 miles out and we can still see it. But getting a little bit of morning haze out here. Bring our speed way back. We're at 100 knots. And we're at a perfect altitude actually right now. No, according to those pappy lights, 2 red, 2 white. You know, I've been thinking about trying Aerofly. Oh, I mean, I can't say I've flown Aerofly. I have it. I own the game. I just don't fly because I fly if I'm gonna fly a mobile simulator, I'm gonna fly Infinite Flight, not Aerofly. We're a bit low. All right, flaps. Yes, sir. Lemon skis. I'm using a joystick. Heck, where'd the airport go? Where? Okay. I think visibility is getting worse as we get closer. Okay, I see it now, just barely. It's all right. We're in a small little plane. It'd be pretty easy to maneuver if we lose sight. You just barely see the red lights up there. Red Gamer, where do I make my thumbnail? I come in X-Plane, I create it myself. I usually do my thumbnails. So I had been already doing flights. As you saw, I already have like $260,000 on FSE at the moment as a pilot. So I've been doing a lot of flights that have not been streaming or making videos for. But I did a flight. I think I flew into Palm Springs a couple days ago, and that's where I took that picture from, as I was parked at the gate or at the ramp. Watch out for those cell phone towers down there. And then what I do is I take screenshots in game, and then I go back to Photoshop and I put my overlay on top of it, and then that's it. Yes, sir, Lemon Skeezer, I am using a joystick. Still 5 miles out, which it feels so far in a 172, because I mean, we're only going 85, 86 knots right now, which is, you know, usually we're flying in big airliners when 5 miles is like nothing, you know. And yeah, we are losing visibility out here. I feel like we're right below the cloud layer of the haze, right in the haze layer, I should say. Anyways, thank you for that subscription, Red Gamer. I don't know why it didn't pop up, but thanks you for that, man. Yeah, right now we're at 1,700 feet, 89 knots, and I think our altitude is not too bad. I still see red and 2 white. I think we should be about lined up on it. I can't really tell though. I have to zoom in. Okay, yeah, we're off to the left now, and we're high. Eat abakashi. I like abakashis. It goes to abakashis. You know, I want to get a VR. I've watched some other gamers do VR in different types of games. Like mainly every game I play that's not mobile is really good for VR. Like X-Plane is pretty good with VR. I don't think it's necessary, but it's good. But I said it flaps down there. What else? Thank you. I'm sorry I couldn't see that. Fly with John, thank you for that subscription, man. Welcome to the Blue Arrow family. Yeah, we're high. But yeah, DCS World looks amazing on VR. Not that I've ever done it, but I know it looks amazing. iRacing also looks amazing in VR. So a lot of the simulators and games that I play are all very nice in VR. Alright, so it's gonna be a real quick stop here. We're basically going to land, taxi off the runway, shut the engines down, and then deboard. You know, let the passengers off, and we'll pick up our next set of passengers. Or I think we're actually picking up donuts here. Or I can't remember exactly what we're picking up. Yes, sir. Fly with John. DCS 2.5 is amazing. I actually tried to stream DCS World 2.5 when it first came out, and every server I got in kept crashing. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna come back later on when it's more stable. So we're a little bit overdue for DCS World 2.5 stream and video. Let's put a little more throttle in there. All right, we're all the way down on flaps now. Off to the right. Yeah, I think we're picking up some donuts. Giving us the crap work, I'm telling you, man. Just because we're new, just because we don't have a, just because we're just a little pilot and a little Cessna, started from the bottom, they're gonna give us donuts. Like, really? You couldn't drive those to the destination? We gotta fly, donuts and cake. But oh well, whatever. It is what it is. But we'll see once we get on the ground what we're picking up. Take it to our next stop. Yeah, DCS World is a little it's a little stressful for PCs. If your PC is not like, if you don't have a great graphics card and all that stuff, it's very tough for DCS World. I first found out about DCS World a while back, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little while. But let's go ahead and land this plane. All right, you can see the FBOs are on the right. That's where we'll be headed. All right, we're down. Nice and smooth. Just let it roll. It should slow itself down. Taxi lights on. Should be a taxiway right here. Yep, looks like that's actually military parking. We're still gonna be heading that direction on Echo. You can see there's a little there's like a gas station over there. There's the terminal right there on our right, and a bunch of other hangars on the left. We will just go towards the hangar. Actually, we'll just go to the terminal. We'll drop them off there, and we'll leave. Not gonna stay here long. No, we're continuing. We have 2 more stops to make, so this is not the end of the stream. Alright, let's turn off landing lights. Strobes. We'll stop. We'll drop them off right in front. That's what I call VIP service. That's what we do here at Blue Arrow Charter. Regional jet over there. CRJ, Baron, King Air, C90, and we'll stop here. Stuck. It's stuck. It was stuck on my mouse. My mouse left the screen. It got stuck. All right, cool. All right, we'll let them off. We'll stay in. See right there, it wants me to end. Send that. I'll just redo it again. Open FSeconomy with finished flight. And now it says your flight is logged and results can be found on the website. Your aircraft is still rented because you have uncompleted assignments. You may continue. We still have 26 gallons fuel remaining, and total flight time is 41 minutes. That's actually longer than I thought. I think most of that time was us being on the ground. So if I do start flight, that'll go ahead and load on the next set of assignments, which is, yes, donuts. Donuts going to KCLS. Donut shipment, and a cake connoisseur. So, yeah, that sounds like crap work to me. Like, they just gave me the leftovers to do. So we'll go ahead and put that on, and we'll do start ACARS again. Start up our next one. We'll fly the Cessna's Caravan later on. As I progress, I probably, this won't be like, I don't know, this may turn into a series, who knows. But let's turn the flaps up. But right now we're only gonna fly the Cessna 172. Next time next time I stream this, we'll probably be in something a bit faster, a bit better, like a PC-12, maybe a Caravan. I would love to do a Caravan. You can fit a lot more passengers. Right now in the Cessna 172, we can only fit 3 people back here, so it is a very limited amount of money we can make. I'm gonna pull up how much money I made on the other screen. See how much we made on that flight before we take off. Alright, so that first flight we made about $939. Not that much. Not too bad though. Can't complain. Distance was 32. So, alright, let's get started on the next flight. So, yeah, I mean, we already got our flight plan. Everything's ready. All we gotta do is start the engines again. So we'll shut the door. Clockwork, baby. Up just a little bit. Give it a little bit of throttle. And go. Brakes are not on. That would be smart, right? Turn the brakes on. There we go. I think that's on. Is that on or off? Because we're still moving. There we go. That's on. Alright, cool. Taxi lights are already on. Nav lights are on. Strobe lights are on. Beacon lights are on. And we will take off the same runway we landed on. Let's go. We ain't got nothing to wait for. Starley mode activated. Which way do I go? I think I need to go back the other way. Oops, sorry. Sorry, guys. Went the wrong way. Lemon skis, what kind of mode is this? This is just regular old X-Plane. I'm just kind of adding a little bit of my own thing to it. FSE is a website. It's called FSeconomy.com, where you can start an account. And basically, when you first start an account, you're just a pilot with no money. You're broke, and you can go and you can rent aircraft from different people. 'Cause everybody on the game is basically a real person, I believe. So you can go out there and rent an aircraft from somebody else, like a Cessna 172 for like $100 an hour, and then you rent that aircraft, and then wherever that aircraft is located, you will fly that aircraft to another location, and you will just fly customers from one place to the other. And whenever you land safely, you make money from that flight. And as you make money, and basically the goal is to make enough money to kind of go and make your own and buy your own aircraft, so you can own your own aircraft. My goal is to start a group where we can buy our own aircraft, and then when we buy our own aircraft, we can rent those aircraft out to make even more money, and then also maybe start up an FBO where we can get a percentage of what people make on assignments and things like that. You bankrupted your airline on FSC? How did you do that? I don't know why you guys keep saying Ryanair when I'm taxiing. Like, we're in a Cessna 172. Like, what do you expect? Alright, we're gonna go from right here. We got plenty of runway. I don't even... How fast are we going? Alright, we're gonna take off runway 20. Landing lights on. Strobe lights on. No flaps for takeoff today. Be flying straight out. No, game money, not real money. It'd be nice if we made real money, but no. If we were making real money, we'd have to pay real money. Yeah, right now I have enough money to buy like a very low-end Cessna 172, like with no GPS on it. But I don't know if I should do it now or if I should wait. All right, let's go ahead and go. Come on, keep it straight, keep her straight. There we go. Back on the stick a little bit. And we're up. You can see right there, the flight director is already directing us to continue down our flight plan. Very hazy this morning. The weather's nice though. A lot of times when I come out to Seattle area, it's just like raining and storming and just ridiculously crazy. Yes, sir, Pro Tanker. As far as tours and things like that, I am planning stuff, but there's no dates at the moment. You don't really need flaps to take off with the Cessna 172 most of the time, but you can use them. They're there for, I mean, flaps are there for a reason. Why not use them? But I decided not to use them today. I might stay lower on this flight because I just like flying like close to the ground. All right, leg number 2. We are headed to KCLS, and that's gonna be about 50 miles. I actually will use autopilot on this leg so we can take a look outside and whatnot. I'm gonna first change my altitude to 35,000. Oops. I'm sorry, not 35,000, 3,500. What am I talking about? 35,000 in the Cessna. Yeah, right. Flight change mode and autopilot, and aircraft is in control. All right, so right now we don't have any passengers. We just have like a couple boxes of donuts in the back. All right, so far so good. Little bang. Zoom out on this one. All right, so now we actually may, let's see, KC is actually right off our left wing right now. Probably can't see it though. It's too hazy out there, but KC is out to our left wing right now, so we're flying towards the south. Down to KCLS. Once we do KCLS, we'll turn around and actually come back to KC. But what I wanted to do, I actually want to fly out, like in this area over here where all this mountain is. But I wasn't able to find a good assignment that took us out there. That wasn't too long. But we'll save that for another time. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, these donuts back here. I mean, it's early. It's about that time to eat donuts. You know what I'm saying? Donuts sitting in the back seat. We may just fly to KCLC and say, hey, so the donuts fell out the window. You know, I don't know where they went. I'm pretty sure somebody's eating them right now. All right, cool. I think everything's good. We're gonna turn our landing lights off now. Taxi lights off. And everything else will leave on. Put on pitot heat, just in case. I don't really know what the temperature is right now. Oh, it's -13. Actually, -2 degrees Celsius right now. Around Seattle. I also didn't set my transponder. Set it to VFR. And yeah. Yes, sir. Using X Enviro. So let's talk about that real quick. So you guys, I know you guys are gonna ask. So as far as add-ons I'm using right now, hold on. I need to fix all those views. Those are all jacked up. I don't know why. So as far as add-ons that I'm using right now for X-Plane, the Cessna 172. This is not an add-on. This is the default Cessna 172 with the G1000. And as far as scenery. Scenery is add-on. I use Ortho 4XP to generate ortho scenery for the Seattle area, all the way up to Vancouver, down to Portland. Like a lot of the Seattle area, I have Ortho 4XP. So this is not the default scenery for that. But when we get to Seattle, that will be default as far as the airport 3D buildings and things like that. That's all default. I didn't download a special one for that. Also. X Enviro, that's what I use for weather and for all the clouds. That's another add-on for X-Plane. I definitely recommend it. It is not cheap though. It is not cheap, but I definitely will say it's worth it, because when it comes to flying, if you fly a lot, weather is the main thing that you deal with all the time, and it actually works very well. For so long I've been like, no, I'm not gonna get X Enviro. I used to have it was called something else, SkyMax Pro, I think that's what it's called. I used that. And so I had already, you know, had 2 versions of that, and I was really, well, I thought I was happy with it, but it turns out that I could do better, and so X Enviro is a whole lot better. So I really like that. Some people had comment that the clouds look fake from time to time, but I know that, you know, they're still in the process of making it better and better. So, but I'm happy with it. It's a lot better than anything I've had, and it looks better than the default clouds of X-Plane also. Hopefully you guys can hear me from the outside view, because I don't know how loud that is. Skycrap Pro. What else? What other add-ons am I using currently? I'm using what's it called? World Traffic. So you don't see any traffic around us right now. At least I can't see them in the distance. They're out there. You just can't see them. But I'm using World Traffic, which adds AI air traffic, and who are flying real flight plans in the background. And so when we fly to airports, they should be a little bit more. They should be a little bit more realistic and whatnot. Okay, good. You can hear me. That's good. What other add-ons am I using? Let me go to plug. I'm not. A lot of these other ones I'm just not using at the moment. I use Better Pushback. That's another free plugin that I'm using. I like that one a lot too. Oh, now it's working. That's how it's supposed to look. There we go. Yeah, you guys can't forget about the donuts. Alright, we're 36 miles out. I do have the Zebo. I love the Zebo mod for the 737. I did a few videos on that a while back. I did a couple fail videos on it as far as me failing to fly it. But I feel like I've gotten a bit better. I did another flight on it with it a few days ago. My first flight in, I don't know, a few weeks, and my landing was horrible. My landing was pretty bad. It's actually, my landing was about to be like perfect. Like, it was gonna be one of my smoothest landings ever on X-Plane. And then I was impatient, and I was like, okay, we're floating. Like, I was like probably 5 feet off the ground or less, and I was just floating just a little bit. But the plane was about to set down, and before I allowed the back wheels to touch down, I was like, I thought I was down. I couldn't really tell because I'm on the inside view, and so I put the nose down and then just slammed it on the ground. I was like, man, I should have just waited. It's like about to fly into some cloud cover up here. Lemon Skeezer, the Zemo mod is just a is basically X-Plane has an amazing default 737-800, but Zebo basically took the default X-Plane 737 and made it more realistic. They added better sounds. There's more clickable buttons. Before, there were a lot of buttons that you could not click on. Now you can click on those buttons and they actually do things. So what else? They added a few more like inside cabin sounds. They just made it a whole lot more better quality. That's basically what the Zebo mod is. Yeah, I don't usually forget my packs, but yeah, that's a good concern. You don't want to forget your packs flying a 737. Oh yeah, the FMC, I almost forgot. FMC is way better in the Zebo mod of the 737. It's just all around better. The 737 again for X-Plane is great, and I would recommend it. Like, if you're new to flying, I recommend you fly the regular default 737 and not the 737s by Zebo mod. Because, alright, see you later, Pro Tanker. Because when you do, you'll be very confused because it's a lot more. It takes a bit more to get started. It's very easy to start from cold and dark 737 from the default X-Plane version. Now you can do the hotkey where you hit what's it called? Start engines to running. You could always do that to get it started quickly. But if you want to do it yourself, it's a bit tougher. But speaking of airliners, so surprisingly, guess what I over the weekend have acquired. So for you guys who fly X-Plane 11, you guys know this is a big deal. But if you don't know it's a big deal. But you will someday. When we fly, we're gonna fly here soon. I've been flying it. I've been doing test flights with it, and I can't wait to stream it or make a video with it. But I'm now. What's going on, Joshua Price? I just acquired the Flight Factor A320 Ultimate. And when I say ultimate, it is ultimate. That thing, man, that plane. When I tell you, like, before that, my favorite aircraft on X-Plane was the Flight Factor 767 and 757. And when the Flight Factor came out with the A320, I was like, well, I'm not, that big of an Airbus fan. I have the Jar Design A320 already. I don't really know that I need another Airbus or an A320. I don't know. I'm just, I'm Boeing. I'm not that much of an Airbus person, as you guys know. But I what happens with me is I watch a bunch of videos and I get sold on the videos, and I was like, you know what, maybe I'll try it. And so I downloaded it, I got it, I learned how to fly it, I learned how to start it, and that thing is amazing. That is definitely at the moment my favorite. The 757 and 767 by Flight Factor are great. They're amazing. They were the best aircraft that X-Plane 11 had as far as a payware aircraft. But now with the new A320 out, that thing is on a whole nother level. Like, it's changing the bar. Like, I feel like anything that comes out now has to be better than the A320. Like, I feel like if you're a developer who makes payware DLC or aircraft for X-Plane, you have to make it to the level or better than the Airbus. Joshua Price, we're headed to KCLS. It's a small little regional airport, I believe. But yes, that Airbus, man, it's amazing. Like it's kind of a learn. Like, it wasn't that much different as far as Airbuses to start up. I thought it'd be a little bit more. I thought it'd be harder to start it up, but there's still a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of systems to work with, and I watched a bunch of tutorials over and over to learn how to fly it. So I did. I've done 3 successful flights with it so far since the weekend. So that's why you probably see me on Discord playing X-Plane, because I've been flying that. Yesterday I flew to JFK, and I got some new liveries for it and stuff like that. So looking forward to flying it. I almost flew it today, but I was like, you know, we're going to do this other thing first. Yeah, we are actually surrounded by Airbus fans. I think the majority of people in this stream right now are all Airbus fans, because you all are Euros. But yeah, I'm talking about how much I like the Airbus inside the simulator. I'm not saying in real life. So don't get me wrong. I'm still a Boeing fan. I'm still Team Boeing. Fly with John. If one of my moderators could go ahead and post that Discord link in the chat, so Fly with John can get it. But yeah, so yeah, I'm loving it. It sounds great. It's like everything that Flight Factory has ever learned with their older aircraft on a new, better one. It's just I can't really explain it. We'll just have to fly it sometimes. And I mean, there's been tons of videos already on it. There's like every streamer who has X-Plane has streamed it already. So like I'm not worried about that. But it's just great. I like it a lot. And the auto land feature, like this thing will land itself perfectly. Like the other day I tested out the auto land feature with the Flight Factor A320, and with some planes, whenever you do auto land, it's still like pretty rough. But with this one, it buttered it. And Pablo, how you doing, man? You're an Embraer fan. Nice, man. You're a minority, my friend. But Embraers are very good. I like Embraers too. Starly, I wouldn't say Airbus is better either. Yeah, I'm surrounded by Europeans when I stream, but whenever the people who don't watch the stream, that's my Boeing people right there. Like if you're not watching the stream and you're from the US or somewhere and you're a Boeing fan, shout out to you guys who are watching the video back. 'Cause I know a lot of people, most of the people who are Boeing fans are not watching the live stream, they're watching the video. So shout out to you guys for representing and watching the video. If you're a Boeing fan, definitely leave that in the chat. Not the chat, leave that in the comments below. Geo Aviation says he's a Cessna fan, but Airbus is his second choice. Joshua Price only flies with Thompson. What is Thompson? July 1914, the war began. Foofy, what's going on, man? All right, we're getting we are 18 miles from our next airport. And what's funny, like all these airports we've been flying at have been like, we're gonna fly straight in again. Like you can see the little line that shows the airport where the runway's direction is. We'll just be flying straight in again, which is pretty cool. Once we take off, we'll take off and turn around. Not a lot of traffic around us. We have one aircraft over here, 12.5 nautical miles away. I think that's an aircraft. That might not be an aircraft. I see we got into some cloud cover. I'm not 100% sure how high those clouds are. That is something we need to figure out. So, let's do so. I'm going to pull up Navigraph. Which is also something else that I got that's brand new to me. And I love it. I'm like, where has this been all my life? Alright, there it is. Alright, so we're headed to KCLS. Wait for that load. And there's our airport. And we're coming in from the north, so I think we'll be landing runway 16. Elevation is gonna be 171. Wildlife in the vicinity of the airport. Runway 16. Right traffic pattern. Good to know. 5,000 foot runway. The ramp is gonna be on the right. See if it has any approach charts for 16. It does. Oh, nice. Another thing I love about Navigraph is it does this right here. It shows where I am in reference to the chart. So runway 16 is down here. We are to the left or to the east of route. So we actually need to turn right a little bit. But we're good on altitude though. We need to be at 4,000 at route, and we're at 3,500. 2,000 at Noyad. So I'm gonna go ahead and start making our turn to the right and start trying to follow this track down there. Cool. I love that feature, how it shows your aircraft on the chart. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna switch off nav mode. Where's my heading button? Go. Switch off nav mode, switch to heading mode, and we'll turn slightly to our right. And the chart actually, we could actually get the localizer frequency. Let's see if it has one. Actually, it doesn't because it's a RNAV GPS approach. I'm not gonna get localized or anything like that. All right, so we need to descend down to 2,000 feet though. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit flight change. In fact, I'm gonna bring the speed back first, and then we'll hit flight change once we get to about 100 knots. I'll be happy with that. All right, see you, Joshua. Thanks for coming in, man. See you next time. Alright, we'll hit flight change now. And what flight change is going to do, FLC, means that's going to descend us down to the altitude we chose based on the speed that we're going. Bring the throttle back even more, and the nose will come down so that it can maintain 107 knots. And we're 8 miles out. Final lights on. Can't see anything yet. So right now I'm kind of flying by the chart. All right, guys, that's enough. We all like planes. I think that's one thing we can agree on. It doesn't matter if Boeing's better or Airbus is better. They're both used for different reasons, or the same reasons, but they're both preference, and let's just agree to never agree. Alright, our final is going to be what's that? Heading is going to be 162. Going down to the cloud cover. Hopefully we don't get any icing. Turning here pretty soon. Again, I don't know how high these clouds go, so I don't. Okay, well, I don't know how low we're gonna be until we're able to actually see anything. I'm gonna start turning to 162 now. Yeah, these clouds are pretty low. It's 2,000 feet. Season says Embraer is the best. Y'all can hush. Oh man, this is never gonna end. All right, no yet. So now we're gonna be descending for our final, and I can't even see the runway. I think we need to turn some more. Laps 1. We're 5 miles out, and these clouds. We need to get below these clouds. Let's hope we don't crash. Autopilot disengaged. Right now we are in IFR conditions on this approach. I just need to get below the clouds here a little bit so I can see where we're going. Yeah, there's a runway right there. So cloud ceiling is about 1,800. All right, land lights are on. Another notch of flaps. Famous last words. Let's hope we don't crash. All right, this will be our, what is this, our second stop? All right, now I can see the runway in the distance. We are 4 miles out. I'm not gonna lie, one time when flying VFR, I landed the wrong runway. The wrong airport. Apparently it's a bit more common than I thought. Alright, final notch of flaps. Very, very low visibility, man. I gotta be careful on how high I get because I want to be make sure I'm able to see. If I can, I might change my CRS so just in case. That's not working. Alv UK Vivo, yes sir. This is my new. Wow, we're getting less and less visibility as we get closer to the airport. This is my new, or we're trying to start. This is technically not started yet. But I'm trying to start a new charter. Blue Arrow charters. But the whole point of all these flights we're doing today is to raise money in order to buy our first aircraft so that we can technically start our company. And wow, I can't see it all. I am like just trying to see the runway, and the closer I get, the worse it gets. Is it raining? No, it's not raining. Right now I'm just flying to the airstrip's last known location. Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. I was not equipped. This plane does have an ILS. This is a GPS approach. Alright, let me know if you guys see it. Right now I'm just kind of flying in a direction. If I don't get sight of it, we're already at 300. We're at 360 feet. And I can't see the runway. And we're 2 miles out. That's crazy. We're 2 miles out. I'll be tripping out if I went to those houses. I can't even see the runway lights. That is crazy. Oh man, about to be grayed out here. Oh, this is not good. We may not be able to land at this airport. That fog is nuts. So I'm just gonna hold my altitude here at 260 knots. I'm gonna hold my altitude at 260 feet until I'm able to see the runway again. We're only 1 mile out, it says though. So we should be like literally over the airport already. Just over the trees. This is gonna be sketchy. This is gonna be sketchy. I'm just warning you guys, this is gonna be a sketchy landing. It's crazy. I don't even see the beacon for the airport. Oh, it's over there. Oh, it's over there. Sorry, guys. Making some last minute maneuvers. There we go. Short final. Oh, and we're stalling. Come on, come on, come on. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. All right, we found it. Hey, let the passengers know, at least we made it here. It was either do that or go around and probably land at an alternate. And that landing was a little bit harder than the first one, but it was all right. Woo! First time I've done, actually that's not the first time I've done that. I've done that one other time and it didn't go great either. I did a flight the other day in Southern California, and it started raining. I didn't expect it to rain. And I believe this is one of the times when you would make an not emergency landing. When you would make a last-minute decision to probably go around and fly somewhere else, because whenever you're flying VFR and you find yourself in unexpected IFR conditions, there was no localizer, guys. There was no localizer. What you see down here is not the localizer. This is not set on a localizer. This is something else right now. Usually, yes, you would follow a localizer in, but this is not infinite flight. Well, I'm glad we made it. And we will continue. Hopefully, the weather looks better in Seattle. Cease and Craig, VFR is visual flight rules. That's what that means. Basically means you fly, you're in charge of terrain. Like if you see terrain, you make sure you separate yourself from terrain and other aircraft. That's mainly what VFR is. You can't fly VFR when you can't see. So right now, the airport is definitely under IFR conditions because you can't see on the landing. So we are going to just kind of park in front of this other Cessna and we'll drop off our passengers and we'll head to our last stop of the day, which will be Seattle. Actually, I'm sorry, we don't have passengers, we have donuts. So we went through a whole lot of trouble to drop off some freaking donuts. We'll just park right here. Cut the engines off. Like so. And unload the donuts. Welcome back, Ill Eagle Eden. Power up, send it. So this is just my pirate data, my pilot report. Our ACARs again. That, and now we'll go to plugins and FSeconomy. Finish that flight. All right. Delivered 2 donuts, 2 shipments of donuts and cake. That flight was 34 minutes. We still have 20 gallons of fuel on board, which is still plenty to make it to our last destination. We only burn about 8 gallons of fuel per hour in this thing. Is that right? Yeah, I think 8 gallons an hour. So start flight. Our last flight is me having actual passengers now. So now hopefully the donut smell will go away. If they smell donuts, I didn't eat them. We'll head to Seattle for our last leg of today's little charter hop. And we have 2 passengers, a Strobe Air taxi passenger and a Black Hand, whatever all that stuff means, whatever. We have 2 passengers and they're paying real money. So I'll take a look at how much money we made on that second leg of delivering the donuts. Oh wow, we made a good amount of money on the donut one. Maybe if you guys want me to send more donuts, I will definitely do that because we made $1,807 from delivering donuts 50 miles. So I'm down. First leg we only made $939. That was I think two passengers. So now we'll see how much we get with. All right, let's continue. Close the door. Passengers on board. Need more fuel. We loaded up with plenty of fuel when we started up. Lights off. Taxi lights on. Lights off. Now that we know that we are not able to see, we definitely will make sure that we have our GPS and stuff set up for that. I'll probably set up an approach for Seattle just in case. we fall in the same issue. Pizza? Yeah. Well, we only have 2 passengers. We have 2 passengers in the back, and maybe we could say we have some pizza in the right seat. All right, start the engines back up. Oh yeah. I love starting the engine. Like, I just love how it sounds whenever you start the engine up. All right, cool. I believe we're ready to go. Flaps up. I love donuts. What's wrong with you? Lemon Skeezer, no, it does not show. Okay, so real quick, because a lot of you guys are commenting about that last landing. Obviously, it wasn't great. I mean, obviously, if I do a replay right now, you'll see that landing actually wasn't as bad as it looked on the inside. I have a plugin called Head Shake that adds a realistic amount of head shake whenever you touch the ground. That's just gravity, you know. But I was a little bit off to the center line, but that's with the conditions, I will take it. I'm glad I got on the ground at all. We almost missed the entire airport. But yeah, so this right here, so that last thing we did, actually, let me put it on the screen real quick for you guys who were asking about the whole localizer thing. All right, so this is the approach for runway 6. All right, so this is the approach for runway 6. This is where we are. If I go to taxi, you'll see this is where our airplane is parked. If I go back to approach, you will see this is the GPS runway 16 approach that we did. So there is no localizer frequency for the RNAV. Now you could still tune into the RNAV approach, and that'll get you close. But I didn't have anything tuned in. I was just flying VFR. I was not prepared to do a non-visibility approach. So I had no localizer telling me which way to go. All I knew was that the runway heading was going to be 162 for our final heading, and I knew that I needed to be at 2,000 feet at Noyed, which is when we got into right around here is where we ended up in IFR conditions, right around just below 2,000 feet. And so the last 5 miles or so, we could not see a thing. So yeah, I did not have a localizer to link onto. What you saw on the bottom was actually pointing me to like the center point of the runway or something like that. It wasn't pointing us to the end of the runway, so that was a whole different thing. All right, let's get started. Last flight. And we're gonna taxi back to where we came from. Whenever you see me looking this way, it's because I'm looking at my other screen. Wait. Got charts and stuff. Alright, we're just gonna turn around. Take off runway 16 again. Alright, parking brake released. Throttle so we can get moving. Alright, see you, Awkward. See you next time, man. Thanks for joining in. Taxi lights are already on. Go. Whatever, Starly. Alright, headed back this way. Alright, so our last leg, I believe it's going to be 54 nautical miles from here to Seattle. We have 2 passengers on board. Make or break question. Dassault or Boeing in defense? I don't know. I don't see them in the same, like, I don't know. Boeing is an airliner. Dassault is not. I like the Dassault Falcon. I really like that plane. The Dassault Falcon is like one of my favorite private jets. DeFox 36, how you doing, man? Good to see you. How do I see my speed when I'm on the ground? Say it somewhere. Ooh, since we're here, we should do. That is true. Boeing does make F-15s, and I love F-15s. Airbus ain't got no fighter jets, do they? Anyway, again, we're not going to start this debate again. This whole video, people have been debating Boeing versus Airbus, and nobody's ever going to agree because everybody feels the way they feel because they feel how they feel. All right, we're gonna go 11802. I should put this down, right, so I can actually see. Tower's like, are you crazy? You're gonna take off in this weather? 2. Let's see what they say. I think that should work. Nope, this is not working. 80. I can't even get to the actual 1802. It only does 025. Yeah. But I can't get onto the AWAS for here either. All right. But while we are taxiing, I will go ahead and get the information for Seattle. Let's get rid of this. Hopefully it works. Last time I tried to tuning into Seattle ATIS, there was some other random crap on there that shouldn't be there. Yeah, taxi's in the grass because I was looking at the other screen. Well, I wasn't in the grass, almost in the grass. Alright. I don't think any other GA aircraft is crazy enough to land in this weather, so we are gonna take off. Lights on. I'm not gonna say, I was not expecting to have this kind of weather here. It's crazy. The first flight we did, it was like almost clear. It was about 10 plus miles visibility. The right screen top. Oh, there it is. I see it. Thank you. Thank you, Nick. I would have eventually found it, but thanks for helping out. Right, let's get started. I think we're all good. Use flaps this time, because why not? Alright, we're gonna take off and make a, I believe, a left turn. Do my best to get over these clouds. We're not gonna be able to see nothing. Departure. And we're up. Flaps up. Might navigate. Oh, you know what? I'm on heading mode. Let's switch to nav, and that will fly me where I want to go. Here we go. 700 feet. All right, now I'm only looking at the instruments because I can't see anything anyways. Sounds good. Fly with John. I'll check it in, once the stream is over. Yeah, I can see a little bit better now that we're like away. Oh. Earlier, the visibility was not this good when we landed. 1,300. One thing I gotta say I love about FSE and flying like flight sim economy or FSeconomy flights is that it kind of makes you fly to airports that you would never usually fly to, especially like these small little regionals. Like this airport I never heard of, I would never have flown here, but because I had donuts, because they wanted donuts, I delivered donuts. So, and there's been lots of other airports that I've been to for the same reason. Let's turn our altitude back to 3,500. Wait, what direction are we flying? East. Alright, it'll be odd. Odd 500. Oh god, what the heck? I'm trying to change the altitude. That's all I'm trying to do. Wait, that's why. There we go. So we're like, when you look at the cloud, you kind of get disoriented because it looks like you're flying sideways, but we're actually not. It's just how that cloud looked. Now we gotta turn to the right. Nice, sun. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the flight change mode and autopilot. Mr. AMRAM, nice. I know what an AMRAM is. Well, that was eventful. Landing lights off. Taxi lights off. Anything else will stay on. Yes, sir. Flight mobile. This is the Cessna default. I'll have to switch to the outside view so we can show it off. It's beautiful though. I love how it looks. November 172 Sierra Papa. When you were in your DCS world phase. I'm still in my DCS world phase. I love DCS World. For a while, to be honest, I neglected X-Plane. Like I haven't flown X-Plane a lot until last week because I had spent so much time flying and doing missions in DCS World. Like X-Plane is gonna be always a part of my. Is that smoke? Oh no, those are clouds. X-Plane is always gonna be a part of my. Like my history, no matter what goes on in my life, when I become a pilot, when I get my license and stuff like that, which is one of my goals, X-Plane is always going to be a part of where it began. I mean, it really started with FSX, but it wasn't until X-Plane was when I really started to learn how to fly, what all the the terms mean. Like that's when I really started to learn a lot about aviation before I got gotten into pilot school. But I felt bad because I was spending so many hours flying around on DCS World, and I was not flying on X-Plane. And I was like, man, I need to get back in X-Plane. So I did, and now I'm like stuck on X-Plane again. Like I have re-fell in love with X-Plane, and I think it was the flight. I just posted the video yesterday. The flight when I flew to Brazil, from Houston to Brazil. Definitely go back and check that video out if you haven't already. I spent a lot of time on editing that thing. It was a lot of fun editing and doing that flight. But when I did that flight, it kind of re-sparked my love for X-Plane. Like I kind of forgot how much I loved it. I love the whole, I love the process. I love setting up the plane. I love starting the engines up. I love the flight, the landing, like learning about the aircraft. All that stuff is like, I really do enjoy that. And to be honest, I was missing that from Infinite Flight. Infinite Flight is great. The aircraft look great. The graphics look great. It is a mobile simulator, so it doesn't have all the clickable cockpits that you want, but everything else is pretty good as far as realism, and you get to talk to ATC, and it's a lot of fun, and I still love Infinite Flight, but it wasn't until I made that 767 video with me flying from Houston to Brazil when I was like, you know what, I really do miss this game. And so I've been playing X-Plane a lot, like every day now again, like I used to. Since then, and I've been flying general aviation. I've been flying the Airbus. I've been flying 737. I've been flying everything, and I really love flying general aviation. Oh, now I messed up again. The Aviator, how you doing, man? You missed a lot, man. This is our last leg. Headed back to Seattle. We'll go ahead and park the plane for the night. I may continue like doing more flights throughout my day. Just won't be streaming them, but this will be the last leg of our flight. Speaking of that, yeah, so we did a real quick update. So our first flight was from KPay to KPWT, and we made $939. And then our earnings for the second flight, delivering the donuts to KCLS, where we had a zero visibility approach, basically, with no local. We were not ready for IFR. So that flight we made 1,807 just delivering donuts. I'm gonna have to do that more often. And then for this flight, we'll see once we get on the ground and we unload the passengers how much we make on this flight. Right now we're delivering 2 passengers to Seattle. They probably have a bigger flight. Took off with 20 gallons of fuel, but again, plenty to make it to the end. None of these flights have been anything longer than an hour or less. All of them have been less. The flight mobile, what add-ons am I using? So I'll go through them real quickly because I talked about them already. I have XEnviro for my clouds. I have I've been using Ortho XP to create ortho scenery for the ground, so you see more realistic ground textures. And we're using what's it called, world traffic to fill the skies with AI traffic. And I believe that's, and then we used better pushback earlier that we didn't really need to use it, but we used it earlier to pull the aircraft out of the hangar. It actually would be pretty cool if I can get an assignment flying back to where we started in Cape Hay. Let me see if they have one. So I'd love to park it back in that hangar. No, there are no. I mean, we could just fly it, and I'll just have to pay for the gas or pay for the flight to get there. But that would not be. That would not be economically. That would not economically make sense. GEO Aviation, what is our ATA? We are 40 miles out, and I have no idea. Oh, actually, it's 10. My bad. It's 18. It does tell you ETE 18. 18 minutes, 31 seconds. Our ground speed is 129. We're going 014 or 014. But yeah, we've done all short hops today, so it's been. I've had fun. I don't know about you guys, but like I said, I love flying general aviation. I love flying anything, but there's times when I'm just getting a general aviation mood, you know. You know, because I mean, we do a lot of flying in airliners, like all the time. Everybody wants to fly the airliners, and that's good. That's good. It's fun to do that, but it's nice to take a break and just kind of relax and fly, you know, general aviation plane. You know, there's a lot less to worry about in these. I mean, yeah, we have to worry about a little bit more traffic and stuff like that. You're right, Nick. I was just thinking about that. I'm gonna get to that in a second, but it's nice to not have to worry about as much stuff as you do on an airliner. But anyways, let's go ahead just in case we have no. Let me see the weather in Seattle. I'm gonna load the approach for Seattle. I'm gonna check the ATIS right real quick, or the METAR. We have the screen. METAR in Seattle at the moment is 070 at 3 knots, visibility 10, FU at 7,000, and temperature is 4, dew points 2, altimeter 3035. So that's actually a whole lot better than what we took off out of. Where we just flew from, though, I should have did this. I should have checked this earlier, but where we just flew from, wind is variable. Wow. Visibility -1. That's pretty funny. -1 to 4 statute miles. Fog and haze. Overcast at 400. Yeah, I should have looked at that. We definitely should have looked at that before we flew into the airport. That's funny. Short hops in a short airplane. Yes, sir. That's exactly what this is. All right. Yeah, I did a time lapse once. I haven't done one in a while. So I'm gonna go over here to flight plan. And actually, I'm gonna go to procedure, and I'm gonna select approach. Winds are 070 at 3 in Seattle. Enter here. So that means we're probably landing at 3-4. I think. Hold on, let's see. Winds are 07, which should be out of the east. So it's basically a direct crosswind to the runway. I can't really tell which closer, if it's 16 or 34. Like as far as wind direction. You want to choose a runway depending on the wind direction. So if it was 06, we would definitely be landing on 16 left. If it was 09, we'd be landing at 34. But it's at 07, which is right in the middle. It's like right here. So that's like a direct crosswind. So I don't think it matters which runway we land on. So 34 left, you're saying, Nick? We'll try that. That'll also help because 34 left will actually have us flying straight in instead of going into the pattern and all that good stuff. So we'll do 34 left. And let's see. Vectors, or should I actually do a transition? Josta's here. Just do vectors. Vectors for final. Did it do it? Oh, load. Here it is. Alright, so that should add on to our flight plan. I don't think that worked. 'Cause I don't see anything there. Okay, it has us going to Josta, Jalon, runway 34 left. We'll just go direct to that now. I'm gonna activate the approach now. So we'll activate vector to final. And that should turn our aircraft. Oh, where are we? So many pink. So much pink around here. Alright, so there's Josta right there. So right now it should be vectoring us directly to Josta. 2. Lemon Skeezer, do you have a girlfriend? Yeah, I have a wife. Already sealed that deal. I just feel like I didn't do this right. I activated vector to final. And we're supposed to be flying direct to Josta, which is 343 heading. And it does not look like we're going there. Right now we're heading 2. Oh wait, I think it's saying this is 343 and we're going 012. It just doesn't look like we're going there, right? My CRS I'll set to CRS I'll set that to 343. Oh, it's already at 343. Okay, cool. So we are flying to basically kind of like meet the localizer or whatnot. Explain is your girlfriend. That's legit. I just don't know. It just, when I look at where we are, it does not look like we're flying to where I want to go. Maybe it's, oh, nice. I like how it shows the altitudes. So 2400 when we get to Josta, which is in 15 miles. We'll see what it does. Oh, right, you're right, VLOC mode. Where is that button? It's VLOC. I know how to do this on the older system on the Cessna. I just can't remember how to do VLOC on the newer one. There used to be like a button that you just clicked on VLOC. Nick, where is VLOC mode, man? I feel like I'm just missing it. It's like probably right in front of me. There's a VNav on this plane? Nice. Other display. Where are you, VLOC? CDI key. CDI. Oh, there you are. Okay, I think it worked. Okay, it's GPS. There's localizer 1 and localizer 2. I believe we're using GPS, right? EFD inset. BTF to Joseph, vector to final Joseph, 12 miles, bearing 042. We are bearing 013. Why are we going 013 if we need to be going 043? Any sense? I'm just gonna turn it if I have to. Yeah, so the plane is not flying us where we want to go right now. The GPS, this is for the localizer. Localizer CRS 345, CRS 343. Down 2,000 now. We're only 11 miles out. I can probably see the runway from here. Yep, there it is. Yeah, I'm just gonna use heading mode and just turn us over there because I don't know why it's not flying us to where I want to go. Maybe if I go to flight plan and instead I do okay, no, never mind. Go back. I'll go back. Clear. Procedure. Activate approach. That's nothing. All right, we'll forget it. We'll figure that out next time, and we'll switch to heading mode. And we're gonna fly 051. Wait. What is 053? By the time we get there, yep, there it is, 653. And turn off nav. Heading. And would ascend to 2,000. Which is where we need to be at when we get to Josta. And flight change mode. But before we go to flight change, go to speed down again. I don't think I've ever done an ILS approach in a Cessna before. Dopeness. Now we're just south of Seattle. Now, okay, so now this is the localizer. This actually should work for our localizer. So if for whatever reason we lose visibility, now we have a reference to go through. So we're now prepared. But I'm gonna fly by hand because we're in a Cessna. That's the airport right there. Still 7 miles from Josta. I love this Seattle area. It's just so nice. Alright, we're at 110 knots. We'll hold it there. Altimeter in Seattle, I believe, is 3035. Uh-oh, what is that? Oh, wrong button. She is. This will be our last stop, guys. Again, thank you so much for joining it, flying with us today. For those who did stick around, you got a few donuts. Look at that mountain over there. Next time I may have to fly on VATSIM, so maybe we can get some ATC. It's just so hard to like, because I like to pre-plan my flights before I stream them. So like, you know, I'll plan like the day before or a few days ahead of time, but you never know when there's gonna be ATC somewhere on VATSIM. And unless I was flying on Pilot Edge, that'd be a different story. I could definitely, you know, guarantee to have some ATC and whatnot, but I don't want to get Pilot Edge just yet. Not ready. Alright, let's go ahead and go to flight change mode, and we'll descend to 2,000 feet. Actually, it'd be even lower than that. Yeah, 2,000. Actually, 2,400. I thought it was 2,000. It's 2,400. So I'll switch that to 2,400. What's going on, Jack? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream, bro. Good to see you. But yeah, hopefully here, I don't know when, probably not this week. I kind of already have the week planned out. I'm actually, for the first time in a while, I might actually have some time to stream this weekend. So if I do, I will. Switch to localizer. As our runway, we're gonna be on 16 left. Remember, Seattle has 3 runways: 16 left, center, and right. So we're gonna be on the one always to the far left, which I kind of regret. I kind of would like to be in the center one, but I believe the GA terminal is between 6 left and 6 right. So we're gonna do that. So we need to start turning now. I'm gonna turn autopilot off. We'll fly from here. I say also, one thing I forgot to mention, a lot of you guys are asking about DLCs and stuff I have for X-Plane. I also have a software called Track IR, which is actually a hardware too. It's a physical thing you wear like on your headset, if you have a headset, or a hat. You could even wear it on a hat, where it tracks your head movement. So whenever you see me looking around, I'm not using a button for that. I'm actually moving my physical head around. Look at that, it's an airplane right above us. But whenever I move my head around, that's actually me moving my head, not me using a button. And one of probably one of my favorite things that I've gotten to use for X-Plane or any flight simulator, and even for iRacing. I use it for iRacing also. But one of my favorite things is being able to freely look around. It's like, I feel like this is the next best thing, but after VR. So it's either VR. If you can't do VR, do this. It's a cheaper option. But I would like to eventually upgrade to VR. Look off in the distance. Looks like there's another aircraft landing or taking off over there. I think that the traffic mod that I have is actually having people land on the opposite side of the runway. So we might have a problem here. It looks like they're taking off on 16. Go flaps 1. Oh, wow. No, Pro Seeker, this is not VR. It's just a little thing you wear on your headset, or you could also wear it on a hat. It's like a little device thing you wear, and it's like it's an IR clip basically. So like, if you know, if you're on your phones, if you have a more updated phone like an iPhone or some of the better Androids, it has Android technology built into it. So as you move your phone around, it looks around in the like virtual world that you're using or whatever. There's different apps you can do to play with that. But with Track IR, it just tracks your head movement. So when I look to my left, it looks to the left. When I look to my right, it looks to the right. When I look up, it looks up. And I move my head forward and back, it does that also. So it's pretty cool. What's going on, Elias? Yes, sir. We'll be back on IF tomorrow, Wednesday. I know you guys will want it. Right now we're landing in San Francisco. Right now we're landing in Seattle. We're on final runway 16 left, and I believe all the other aircraft are landing on the opposite side. That's not good. You see all the lights? Those are landing lights. So we might enter into a right pattern for 16 left instead. Is that 16 right? Well, that would be. I'm sorry. We're actually on final for 34 left. All the traffic is landing and taking off on 16 right, center, and left. So we might actually change our plans and just go around. Yeah, you can see all the landing lights out there. Landing traffic. So, how about we switch it up? That being said, I'm gonna put my flaps up, and we're gonna land on the opposite side of the runway. So I'm actually gonna go off this way. Gonna enter into a right downwind, runway 16 right. Hold our altitude here at 2400. I keep saying 24,000. I'm so used to being at like flight level 240, 310, things like that. But using the track IR clip, it took me a while to get used to it. It takes you a while to kind of get used to moving your head to see things. What's funny is you guys can't see this, but when I play Infinite Flight, if I play any other game that does not have that's not track IR available, I still move my head around trying to look at first, and then I'm like, oh yeah, wait, I'm not playing that game. But it's very helpful for you to be able to look around in your 3D world. I can bend down here and change my mix, you know, things like that. I can go down here and not, so it's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm gonna go down to 2,000 feet, and we'll hold 2,000. Fly by hand. You can see that's Seattle International right there. Looks like it's very busy. You can see planes taking off and a line of planes landing. I do have my traffic set to max. How you doing, George? Good to see you, bro. Welcome back. So hopefully we can get on the runway without getting hit by anything. I don't know if the AI traffic will like avoid me. Hopefully they will. When I look sideways or down, how do I see my screen? What do you mean? There's no way there's like 5 planes taking off at the same time. That's what it looks like. There's like 5 jets. That is a problem. And they're all taking off at the same time. There's got to be a way to fix that. Thank you, Ayo. Says great stream. Appreciate that, man. We're coming to a close pretty soon on our landing. Yeah, look how busy the airport is. That is nuts. It's got to be. I'm new to that plugin, so there's got to be a way to fix it so that planes are not taking. Look at this. They're all Delta too. I'm trying to see who that is. Thank you, Ayo, for the follow. Welcome to the Twitch family. Welcome to the Blue Air Royal family. Yeah, so I'm new to, I just like I said, this is called the World Traffic plugin, where it adds a lot of traffic, you know, world traffic to your flights, and I don't know why. I haven't used it that much. This is my first time ever streaming with it, so it was 5 planes taking off at the same time. So that's probably some kind of setting I need to do to fix that. Yeah, it's called World Traffic 3. So yeah, that's a problem. So I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a very unlegit landing. I'm probably gonna land with somebody on top. It's gonna look like an Infinite Flight training server approach. Alright, we're gonna slow our speed down. We're gonna add some flaps. We're gonna probably make a short final here. Yeah, if anybody has world traffic and knows how to fix that, please let me know. I see one plane way out there in the distance, probably on final. Actually, I see two now. See any other traffic on final? I see two aircraft. I'll probably come in behind him right there. No, you're right. I could call ATC. I just haven't used it. I didn't like how it popped up my screen. I'd rather it talk to me. See you later, Pro Tanker. I can try though. The problem is if I try to do that right now, I have to take my hands off the yoke because my quick key for that is. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Hold on. Work. Request taxi. So this is asking me to taxi, not to land. I didn't. You have to start when you. I guess it seems like with world traffic, you have to actually use it from the beginning of your flight for it to recognize you. So right now, it still thinks I'm at where I left at. So I think he's landing on a different runway. So I think I can turn in now. What's up, Cleveland Kelvin Jr.? Welcome back. All right, another set. Turning our right base. Add another set of flaps in. Landing lights are on. I guess we never turned them off. Or no, I turned them on a long time ago. Altimeter set 3035. Turn in a little short. I think we're good from that other traffic. Yeah, looks like he's a parallel approach. He's gonna be landing on the center or right. I'm not sure which one he's landing on, but I think we're good. Yeah, so I have mine set to max also. My flight plan generation is set to max, so it can generate as many as possible. Thank you, Jack, for that subscription, man. Welcome to the Blue Aeroid family, bro. Alright, let's get all situated. Recenter my track IR. Go full flaps. Bit high. We're alright. That traffic right next to us. Another Delta 737 looks like. Yeah, looks like somebody is on the runway. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I have to use the ATC for World Traffic 3 in order to get these aircraft to not be in my way. But I think we're gonna have to just land on top of them. So I don't think they're not gonna move. Hi. Alright, guys, we're gonna be landing on top of some planes. Just ignore it. Pretend like they're not there. King Air right there, B-20. We're gonna land right on top of him. He's right in the spot that I want to be at. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice and smooth. Butter. All right, now we're gonna see some people probably flying through us here in a second. I can let it roll. Our parking is at the other side of the runway. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that for next time. I'm still new to world traffic, so I don't really know how it works. I just wanted to have some AI flying around. Thank you for the great landing. Yes, sir, it was. But I think it's cool though. Whenever you're in the sky and you're near an airport, though, it's really cool to see like the planes flying around you and stuff like that. The reason I didn't want to use VATSIM was because you don't guarantee any traffic. I mean, yeah, the traffic will show up sometimes, but it's like you have to fly into like a really popular place to see ATC or traffic, and I didn't want to have to worry about that. There's times when I want to, I just want to fly. I don't want to fly on VATSIM. So. But yeah, there is a way to do multiplayer on X-Plane. It's called VATSIM. There's also a couple, like 3 different ways. You can use VATSIM, IVAO, or you can use Pilot Edge. They're all great options. But I just didn't want to do it today. I think one thing about VATSIM that I don't like is I hate how that massive freaking black block pops up on your screen every time somebody talks. Like, I wish there was a way to turn it off if you wanted to. There might be. Alright, flaps up. Taxi lights on. Off. And beacon on. Everything else there. I think if I remember correctly, well, it is very busy. Look at all those planes taxiing too. It also adds like planes taxiing from the gate. Like Like there's a plane over there, so you'll see planes. There's an Alaska 737. You'll see planes taxiing from the gate to take off. You'll see planes landing and then taxiing to the gate. So it's pretty cool how world traffic works once you get a hang of it. I think GA is over here, but I'll probably be doing another flight, not like on stream, but after we leave and I get some work done and all that stuff, I'll probably be doing another flight. Try to make some more money before we buy our first plane for Blue Arrow Charters. Once we get to the gate, well, not the gate, once we get to the ramp or to the FBO over here, I'll also show you guys a real quick look at world traffic, just kind of see what it does. And why it's different than the regular X-Plane default AI. One of my biggest things about world traffic was I was like, well, what's the point of me getting world traffic when X-Plane can already, you know, basically fill the skies with AI traffic? Like, that's a built-in feature already by X-Plane. Like, why do I need another plugin to do that? I think I hear where it is, but I hear prop. Yes, Starly, I am partnering with a Brazilian virtual airline, Gol Virtual, and I know most of you guys can't speak Portuguese, but I have some ideas and some stuff to do. And I said, where do I park? I see some cars over there. Park somewhere behind the line. Portuguese. One thing is crazy, sometimes it's hard to find out, like if somebody, I think this is the FBO right here actually. Yeah, this is the FBO. We'll park up here. It's hard to tell if it's a static aircraft or if it's a world traffic aircraft that's waiting to load. But you'll see world traffic aircraft just sitting around, and then once they're ready, they'll actually like gas up and turn the props on or the engines on and start taxiing to the runway. Yeah, Starly, you're right, but I mean, none of those guys ever showed interest, so I'm definitely like, I'm open for like different types of partnerships and stuff like that. So if you guys have a VA or know a VA who's looking to do stuff, I'm down to collaborate, as long as they're serious and as long as I agree with, you know, the things that they do already and that they already got something going on. All right, doors open. And actually, we haven't watched any landings today. So we'll probably watch that landing after I close the door. All right, if you power up, send. That flight was 47 minutes. Block time 47. And we'll go ahead and finish that last flight. Nice. 13 gallons of fuel on board. And we no longer have the aircraft. We don't have any more assignments or any more passengers. So the aircraft's going to go back to its owner. Or actually it's going to go back out for other people to be able to rent it. So I could go back and rent the same plane again if I like. But yeah, so I mean, I never really talked about this, but yeah, I'm down to like partner with other groups and virtual airlines or whatever. I mean, this is not only, I mean, Infinite Flight's not the only thing that I stream. Obviously, I'm on X-Plane, so whether it's an X-Plane virtual airline, an Infinite Flight virtual airline, if you have a race team for iRacing or whatever, I'm down to work with you guys too. But I'm not saying I'm going to say yes. Don't be offended if I say no, because I will probably say no to a lot of people. But I'm willing to work with. Basically, the point is I'm just willing to work with people, as long as you guys are professional. All right, so I'm gonna turn off the. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna go to replay. And I'm gonna turn off that play. This is what I thought was gonna happen. I'm gonna turn off the plugin because they don't stop coming even when I'm in replay mode. So I'm going to disable the traffic, and they're gone. Alright, let's see how that landing looked. We've done like 3 landings today, so it better be good. Watch it from a few different angles. And down. It could have been softer. It wasn't bad. I would do this view here. Like I said, guys, don't be surprised if I said no. I have my own reasons why and why not. Join somebody's group or partner or whatever. These trees are legit. But like I said, I am open-minded. And down. Alright, one more view. We'll watch it from like a flyby view or something like that. Not that one, it's because rewind. I think right there is good. Bye. Take the camera a bit. Wait, hold on. Hold up. Yeah, I think I probably should have held the nose up a little bit more because we actually landed on all 3 instead of the 2. I'll rewind that because I didn't get a good angle on it. Yes, sir. This is our last flight. I like that close-up shot. Hold up, I'm about to get a screenshot here. Right there. That's it right there. All right, screenshot done. All right, guys. It was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did. We got some good experience here. We got paid a good amount. Let's see how much we made that last flight. We got $1,172. So not bad. We actually made more on the donuts. So surprisingly, the donut flight actually made us the most money. I think in total we made a good about 4,000-ish, maybe 4,500-ish money, cash on that flight. So let me know if you guys like this. I know I'm gonna continue doing this on my own, period, no matter what. But let me know if you like, watching it, because in the future we'll be flying some cooler aircraft than the Cessna 172. Next time, I guarantee we will not be flying the Cessna 172. Or we might be. I don't know. If we buy one, we might fly one. If we don't buy one, we might rent something else. Because I fly the PC-12, the King Air 200, the Caravan. I would love to fly the Caravan on X-Plane, and once we get enough money to fly some of those private jets, we can fly some of those too, like the Challenger, the you know, some stuff like that. So it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, Donut Leg was mad dope. That was mad dope. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time. I actually forgot to do a few things. I almost forgot my motivational quote of the day. So let's take care of that right now. Let's make that happen. I can't end a stream without having a motivational quote at least once. So please stand by as we're taxiing to the gate. I'm gonna find us a motivational quote. On my list, I have like already a bunch of ones I've already made. Or I might pull one from Discord. Actually, let's do that. I like getting you guys involved. We'll pull one from Discord. Let's see if you guys have posted anything lately. I like this. All right, Graham, man, you the man, bro. Graham always brings in some dope stuff. It's actually easier to find yours than it is to find mine. I gotta go through all my files and stuff. But so today's motivational quote, brought to you by Graham, is: in life, nobody and nothing will help you until you start helping yourself. Let me say that again because I kind of stumbled on my words. In life, nobody and nothing will ever help you until you start helping yourself. That's very true. You gotta help yourself. It's you know, it's good to work on, you know, other people and all that stuff and help other people and whatnot, but you gotta help yourself, man. You really do. And today's Portuguese word of the day, because I'm still working on that. I think I'm on a 19-day streak on Duolingo, and I'm very happy about that. Today's word of the day, which means landing gear, is man, I don't know how to say that. Trem de poiso. I guess I don't know if I said that right. Trem de Puso or Poiso, something like that. It means landing gear. I'm gonna have to look up how that is sounded out so that I can say it better for next time. TC Cobbs, how much is X-Plane? I don't know. You can get it on Steam or you can get it from the website. It goes on sale from time to time, so check that out. But anyways, guys, let me get out of here. Thanks again for joining. Thanks for flying with me. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I look forward to doing some more GA stuff and also getting into the Airbus A320. Maybe we'll do that next time. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So anyways, see you guys next time. Remember, rest of the week schedule. Tomorrow will be on Infinite Flight. Thursday we'll be racing in Phoenix. And Friday we will be on Friday Night Flight, which is yet to be determined where that flight's going to be. So anyways, see you guys next time. Remember, you got 3 choices: give up, give in, or give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you. I'll see you guys next time, next live stream or video.